If you expect to find all lighthouses in their original location, then these two Chesapeake Bay lighthouses will tell a different story. Both were removed from their original location and preserved, allowing future generations to explore a unique part of Maryland maritime history. Today, we are on Maryland's Eastern Shore visiting Choptank River Lighthouse and Hooper Strait Lighthouse. As you can see, we are at our first stop, Choptank River Lighthouse, on the waterfront in Cambridge, Maryland. Unlike some of the other lighthouses, this lighthouse is only a few blocks from downtown, making it one of the Chesapeake Bay's easiest lighthouses to visit. The original Choptank River Lighthouse was established in 1871 near the mouth of the Tread Avon River to guide vessels traveling through this busy section of the Chesapeake Bay. After the original structure was destroyed by ice, a replacement six-sided screw-pile lighthouse was installed in 1921 using the house from another Chesapeake Bay lighthouse known as Cherry Stone Bar Light. This made it the only working lighthouse in the Chesapeake Bay to be relocated and reused while still serving as an active aid to navigation. The lighthouse you see today is a full-scale replica of the 1921 structure. Dedicated in 2012, it serves as a museum where visitors can learn about the history of the lighthouse, Chesapeake Bay navigation, and the lives of the keepers who served here. The second floor features exhibits on the region's steam age, along with a historic fog bell and striker assembly. One of the things I liked most about this stop was the location. The lighthouse sits along the waterfront in the marina, and it really is a short walk to historic downtown Cambridge. It was an easy stop to explore, and the views of the Choptank River were a nice bonus. From Cambridge, it's about a 30-minute drive north to St. Michael's and one of the most famous lighthouse exhibits on the Chesapeake Bay. Located at the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum, Hooper Strait Lighthouse may be one of the most photographed lighthouses in Maryland. It's also one of the few Chesapeake Bay screw-pile lighthouses that visitors can still walk through and explore. But this lighthouse wasn't originally built here. The lighthouse was constructed in 1879 to guide vessels through the shallow and often dangerous shoals of Hooper Strait near Tangier Sound. As a hexagonal screw-pile lighthouse, it stood on iron pilings driven deep into the muddy bottom of the Chesapeake Bay. By the 1960s, the lighthouse had been automated and was scheduled for demolition. Instead, the newly established Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum stepped in and saved it. The entire structure was cut in sections, transported by barge to St. Michael's, and reassembled here in 1966. That preservation effort helped inspire future Chesapeake Bay Lighthouse preservation projects. Today, visitors can climb inside and explore the keeper's living quarters, workspaces, and lantern room. The exhibits provide an excellent look at what life was like for keepers who spent months living and working in isolated offshore stations. Unlike the Choptank River Lighthouse, Hooper Strait is the original structure. Inside, many of the rooms have been recreated to reflect what lighthouse life would have been like during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Visitors familiar with Thomas Point Shoal Lighthouse will recognize a similar effort to preserve and interpret the keeper's experience. Throughout the lighthouse, you'll find period furnishings, tools, and exhibits that help tell the story of daily life on the Chesapeake Bay. My favorite part of the lighthouse was definitely the lantern room. Not only can you get an up-close look at a Fresnel lens, but you can also step outside onto the balcony and enjoy incredible views of the Miles River and the museum grounds. To be honest, I could have easily spent the rest of the afternoon taking in the views from that balcony. While Hooper Strait Lighthouse is the highlight for many visitors, be sure to leave time to explore the rest of the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum. The museum's exhibits provide a fascinating look at the maritime history and culture of the Chesapeake Bay. During my visit, one of the special exhibits explored the early life of Frederick Douglass in nearby Talbot County, highlighting both the challenges he faced and his remarkable legacy. Of the two lighthouses that we visited today, which one was your favorite? So Choptank was a beautifully restored screw pile lighthouse, but Hooper Strait was an original screw pile lighthouse, so that whole story is kind of impressive. So I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys had to say about this in the comments. In one day, we have explored two remarkable Chesapeake Bay screw pile lighthouses. One is a faithful replica bringing a lost lighthouse back to life. The other is the original 19th century lighthouse that was rescued from demolition and preserved for future generations. Together, they tell the amazing story of Maryland's maritime history and the people who fought to preserve it. If you enjoyed exploring Maryland's Eastern Shore lighthouses with me, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow along for our next adventure. I'm Tawanda, and until next time, I will see you at the light.